Once again, we'd like to welcome everyone to Randy and Candy Yao's Extreme Desire podcast, where we meet, talk, learn, and hear from some of the legends and people in the real world of hunting, where we keep things down to earth with real people. This week, we are with Nikki Whiting and her beautiful daughter McKenna from Kryptek Outdoor Group. Hear what it's like being a wife and daughter of a deployed soldier, then off to being a co-owner and founder of a major camo company, the ups and downs of it all. We hear a lot about Butch and Josh, but this time, let's hear it from the ladies.
Yep. Okay. We're here with Nikki and McKenna Whiting. They are the wife and daughter of Butch Whiting, who's a co-founder of Kryptek. And we didn't want to interview Butch because he gets interviewed all the time. We don't care about Butch.
Yeah, we've heard his story.
Yeah,
right?
everybody's heard his story.
Everyone has.
We want to talk to the people that, the boss, the true boss behind Butch. And actually, maybe, are you the true boss behind Butch?
Yes, I am. He calls me his trophy daughter.
Trophy daughter? No way.
No, actually, that was my comment yesterday because I said, yeah, because this is McKenna's first trade show, right. Western Hunt Expo here in Salt Lake City. And so it was funny because we got here and Butch is like, come on, McKenna, I want to take you around and introduce you to some people. And I'm oh, well, there it goes. The new trophy daughter gets to go off. The trophy wife disappeared about 10 years ago.
Yeah, right? No. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
That's
cool.
It's
fun. Anyway.
But you met some cool people and saw some cool stuff while you were here?
Yeah, I met a lot of people. It was really hard to memorize all their names.
Yeah,
so.
it gets harder.
What's my name? Bolivar Scallywag.
Is it actually?
No, it's Randy.
Come on.
Randy and Candy.
I knew that.
Yeah.
So
they rhyme, remember?
That was perfect.
That was a test, only a test.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. So anyway, let's hear the story on the behind the scenes here.
Yeah. First, I'm curious, how'd you and Butch meet?
Well, we went to school together as kids, grade school, junior high.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Knew each other, knew of him because he was always in the newspapers because he was actually a competitive shooter. And so I would always see this Butch Whiting kid, being advertised in the newspapers, and just people would always knew who Butch was. And then we got to high school, and he actually asked me to my senior prom, his junior prom. So he's a year younger than me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, cougar.
Yep. So anyway, we just went as friends and then kind of just stayed together. 4-year long distance relationship while he went to college. He was on an ROTC scholarship to Norwich University and then transferred out to Spokane, Washington, was on a 5-year scholarship ROTC to Gonzaga University. So we got married in 95 after I graduated from Boise State. And then we got married and did 2 years of married college life. Don't recommend it. And then he was commissioned into the Army as a second lieutenant, and our military career took off from there.
Okay, and how was that? That's so hard when they're overseas.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was hard from the get-go. Just being away from home. I was an Idaho girl, didn't really want to move away, and he kept promising me, we'll just go do this 4-year stint and then we'll move back home. And the 4 years turned into 10. Actually, the 4 years turned into 15, really, because we moved to Alaska after he got out of the Army. And
that's right, yeah. You went there
that's
for
when we met you.
Butch, he was in Alaska, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, it's been a fun life, though. I wouldn't trade any of it.
Yeah. Busy.
Not even the deployments. I mean, those were tough, but
I think
rewarding.
That would be the hardest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he was gone right after 9/11 for about 9 months, and then a couple years later, he was gone again he was always gone, but deployed. He was gone to Iraq for a year deployment. But before that, they had a 6-month train-up for the longbow transition in Fort Hood, Texas. So he was gone for 6 months, home for a month, and gone for a year. So fun stuff.
And what do you remember of that? Was that hard?
I just remember going up to random people wearing uniforms and calling them Dad because I didn't know.
Yeah.
Make me cry.
What was it like when he came home? Was that like super, super exciting?
Yeah, I remember this one time. I remember in the airport, they had like these huge cylinders, and all of the Army guys were getting off of the plane, and I hid behind one of them and then like popped out.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
Yeah. That was actually for his mid-tour leave.
I'll guarantee he
So,
remembers it.
yeah. Yeah, we've got lots
Yeah.
of...
I also remember going up to some guy in the grocery store and calling him Dad.
Yeah, it was funny because he was a big black guy, and she grabbed his leg and said, "Daddy," and he's like, "No, no, 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 not Daddy."
Oh, that's so cute.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. Yeah, I'm sure that was hard times, but it's good that.
It was hard, but Butch was a great leader in the military, and he loved what he did, and it made it super rewarding for us to watch him excel. And he was promoted below the zone to captain and then major. And then we just had this opportunity in Alaska, and he had been gone so much and missed so much of the kids' lives that we decided to, after much prayer and much counsel, after 6 months of intensive, is this the right choice for us? We made the decision to get out of the Army as a major, which really doesn't happen at that point, and pursue a business in Alaska, essentially ice road trucker stuff. And he turned it into a construction opportunity as well after a couple of years up there. So we ran that business for 6 years, and at the same time, Kryptek was kind of competing for his attention as a hobby business. He calls it a hobby stage, where we had some opportunities and an exclusive with Cabela's. So at some point along that road, we had to make a decision to run Kryptek and kind of commit to seeing where it would go full time. So at that point, we moved back to Idaho.
Correct.
So that was 4 years ago. Yeah.
Exactly. That's when
a lot's happened.
Because we
in
met
that time.
Butch and Josh, and then when you guys were in Alaska, and basically you're just getting going with Kryptek, and they still had the old mountain mimicry pattern.
Oh, yep.
And that's when we first got involved with them. I still have some of it.
Yeah.
It's like, it still works. I'm not gonna throw it
That's
away.
vintage.
I know. We really should save some of those uniforms, some of those
That's
outfits.
That's gonna be worth money one day.
Someday when we have
I
a
got
cool
some.
facility, it'll be fun to, we should definitely frame them
should.
on the
Mine
wall.
might have holes in them because I use my stuff.
Oh, that's
Kinda
cool. We might
rough.
have to pay you for those later.
Oh, right. But no, so we've been with Kryptek for a long time, and always like Josh and Butch, and so we just pretty loyal people, and that's where we stay with them. But but yeah, that's why we want to talk with you guys more, just to find out behind the scenes and what life is like. And so after you get back to Idaho, you got everybody's doing good. The girls are, I know one's a rodeo queen, and the other one's smarter than the rest of us.
She is.
Yes, she's a junior, McKenna. So
I'm a junior at Eagle High School, but this year I took 6 college classes, and so it's been difficult, you could say. And I'm graduating a semester early, though, for my senior year, so I'll be done by this time next year.
Wow.
And I have my freshman year of college pretty much out of the way. I just need 3 more credits, which is 1 class in college.
Then what are you going to do?
I plan on getting my graduate at Boise State for a biology degree, and then after that I want to go to med school for dermatology.
Oh,
Good.
very good.
Cool, very cool. So I know we went to your guys' house for dinner, and you're just telling us stories about some of your guys' adventures you've been on, and you've been to New Zealand, correct?
Yeah.
And
Arizona
last year. I heard that story. Sounded like you had a good time.
Have
But
you
what
been to
about
Africa too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. They went to
Yeah,
Africa.
you've
Let's
been
hear
to
that
places.
African story. Didn't you buy one or something?
Oh, yeah. Yes, at the at the National Sheep Show there in Reno 2 years ago. A friend and I were at the ladies' luncheon, and we
Had fun.
just raised our hand a little too soon, and nobody outbid us. So we ended up with a trip to Africa for 4 ladies. So we took our daughters for their
That's cool.
16th birthday.
And it was like your best friend or something.
Yeah,
from high
it was
school.
my from Alaska.
Oh, okay.
Our dear friends from Alaska.
Okay.
So
Very cool.
yeah, so they took their 16-year-old daughter McKenna, and her were best friends growing up in Alaska there. So
Perfect.
Yeah, it was fun. We went last June, and we went with Nooms on safaris, and yeah,
Had a
we
good
shot
journey.
3. Each of us hunted a little and
Mm-hmm.
had a spa day. That was fun.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I missed
Spotted.
that when we were over there. I never got one of
Oh
those.
gosh.
That was the best spa day.
That's the best spot, eh?
Yeah.
It's just kind of cool seeing, though, how other people live in other countries,
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, the adventure
And the
of
history of it. That was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. No, we would love to go back. We were just actually at the show looking at opportunities over
Uh-huh.
there.
The only
So,
thing I couldn't
yeah.
handle is, I don't know about you guys, but it's that flight.
Oh, the flight was
15
horrible.
I don't know how many
It's like
hours
having
a
it was.
baby.
15.
It's
Oh,
like-
no, I
It's
don't
like it's painful and you forget about it and then you
Right.
want to do it again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that flight is horrible.
It is.
Yeah.
Did
Absolutely.
you have fun over there?
Yeah, it was fun.
Good.
I really want to go back and go to the beach, though, at the
Beach?
Cape.
Yeah.
That's where we went there one night.
Oh,
It
did
was
you?
so beautiful.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
And then Arizona, you got to go down there and look at a lot of history and
Yeah, well,
stuff.
it was unintentional history, but I think my dad probably knew a little bit about it. But we went down there because me and my sister both got elk tags that his friend led him to. He was putting in for antelope, but he's like, oh, you might as well put in for elk too.
Uh-huh.
And we drew those. And so we went down there and hunted on a ranch that of a friend of my dad's.
Uh-huh.
And we were hunting and going up early in the morning while it was dark. But then when it got light out, we'd be on these tops of these mountains, and I'd look around and there was like stacks of stones, and I'm like, is this like an old Indian ruins? And then they'd be like, yeah, there's a bunch out here. And I immediately, my brain drifted from hunting, and all I wanted to do was look for stuff because I love like archaeology, and
Yeah.
I've always loved rocks and stuff, and
Uh-huh.
I have a rock collection under my bed that I haven't added to for a long time. But
That's cool.
That stuff is amazing.
Yeah,
It is.
petroglyphs and stuff. Did you see any of them?
yeah, we saw a little one
Mhm.
on a rock while we were glassing into a valley, and you couldn't really make out what it was, but we knew it was a petroglyph
Mhm.
because a while ago my dad took us all out to a site that he found when he was in college with his
Uh-huh.
friend Ben, and we found tons of petroglyphs.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
cool. Yeah, there's a lot of them in Idaho, Oregon, and we
Mhm.
find those things here and there. It's just interesting. Yeah, you
Yeah.
try to put yourself back there. It's
Yeah.
like what you just want
What
to
was
see.
going
Yeah, you
on?
want to see what,
Yeah.
What
was.
would I have been doing if I was there?
Yeah.
We had,
Yeah.
where we grew up in Oregon on the ranch that I lived on there, you could see the old teepee rings, like they were raised.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And then you know, as
Yeah.
a kid, I'd run up there and pretend I was in the teepee and then run down to the creek and pretend like I'm fishing when there's this much water, you know.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Man, can she fish?
That's a
another
different
story.
story.
Yeah, well, tell them about that bead you found. That was super
Oh,
cool. That was the
yeah.
coolest thing.
So we were at this one site in the middle day that the University of Arizona had came out to a bunch and picked over the years, and I was looking at the architecture of the ruins, and I saw that this one part kind of swooped down. My dad said that was probably like an entrance,
Mhm.
but you could tell that the wall had collapsed and there was a bunch of rocks throughout the entrance. So I started lifting up rocks and chucking them over and looking at the dirt underneath them, and I found a piece of broken pottery underneath one of the rocks, and it had some what looked like Aztec drawings on it,
Yeah.
black.
I've seen broken pottery out there
Yeah.
across Arizona.
Yeah. And so then I got really excited, and they were up there glassing for elk, and I'm just like, I found a piece of pottery, and in their heads they're probably like, okay, yeah.
Sure you did.
And so then I was looking around these rocks because I got really excited. I've always wanted to find an arrowhead, but I've never actually found a full arrowhead.
Uh-huh.
And so I was looking for arrowheads, and I looked down in this hole that the rocks had made, and there was like a blue dot at the bottom of it. And I was like, oh, it's probably just a piece of trash. And then something told me I should probably pick it up. And so I moved some rocks and picked it up, and it was a circle bead, it was a circle piece of turquoise that had a hole through it. And I was like, I found a bead. And they were like, yeah, yes, you did. I'm sure. I'm like, I'm serious. I found a bead. And I was freaking out.
It's pretty cool.
cool.
So
Yeah.
I went up there and showed them, and then they actually were like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. You run into all kinds of things out there. It's just fun to be out and scurrying around. So you do around home, Boise country? You get out and do much there, or you guys?
I beg my dad all the time.
Okay.
Big.
Big. Take the trophy down.
Shed hunting. We want
That's a lot of
to. We actually haven't had the opportunity to go out shed hunting here
I'm
in
still working
Idaho.
on that.
Yeah, I know.
It's just now dropping.
Candy
though.
is going to help us out here. Take a
Hope
shed
it too, 'cause
hunting.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's like Easter egg hunting, but better.
Yes.
I got
Yeah.
pictures yesterday of our friends on our property there where we have the ladies camp in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
We have some giant bucks coming into the haystack,
Oh, nice.
and we're just hoping they'd lose their horns because there's
Oh,
a couple of them are
that'd be
giants.
cool.
Anyway,
Yeah.
they sent us a picture yesterday of the
Oh,
one
no
huge
way.
buck.
The
See
great
this,
big
he's
one.
holding
Yeah.
the horns.
That's
they're
super
falling
fun.
off,
Really
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
that is fun.
Yeah.
Dylan, I mean, I think yesterday he was in your guys' booth. He's our grandson, but he's
He's a
addicted
shed
to it.
hunting
Oh my
fool.
gosh, he's like a wild
Yeah.
coyote running out across the desert.
Yeah, I don't know. With the lack of snow in Idaho this year, all
gonna
the
be
sheds are
everywhere.
going to be really high.
They are.
There's not
Yeah,
the
they're everywhere.
the
Yeah,
wildlife
deer.
is not too low this
Same
year,
thing,
though.
Same thing
Right.
at home. Yep, yep. But so as far as the Kryptek world,
Yes,
it's changed a lot for you guys. Busy.
it is. I mean,
It's
it's
one
turned into a lifestyle. It's turned into a full-time business. I mean, I don't work for the company, but
But
it
you
seems like
work.
I do a lot for it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm sure.
So, yeah, I mean, we do a lot of entertaining, and we do, on Monday, Tuesday, we're going to head home. We've got people flying in tonight. We're doing all of our team, the entire Kryptek team's flying in today and tomorrow. We're having meetings all day, Monday, Tuesday, talking about the new 2019 product lineup. And Greg, our new hire product development, he's going to go over everything with the team. And so, yeah, we're moving right from shows to team building. And then Butch leaves again for IWA in Germany in March. I won't go with him on that. But, yeah, it's very, very busy, especially this time of year. Busy times. And then, we move into some hunting, trying to be authentic and not trying to be authentic. We are an authentic brand, but just trying to have that opportunity to get out and enjoy Mother Nature.
Sure.
So Butch has got a few hunts lined up this year. I don't think we've got anything yet, but
I think what I see, at least, and you can catch me if I'm wrong, both of you, but I think it's even not so much the hunt or even the harvest as it is just getting out and it's just between you,
for
God,
sure.
and Mother Nature, and
Yeah.
it's just so healing for the soul, whether you're looking at artifacts and archaeological diggings or if you're hunting or if you're just going for a walk.
yeah, we're big outdoor people. We've always been. I mean, pre-Kryptek, I mean, we lived Alaska, did the Alaska lifestyle. We were literally hunting and fishing every weekend when we could, when the snow didn't have us buried alive.
Yeah. You like to fish, McKenna?
Yeah. Alaska, really
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
me
Done
Right,
that.
it
fishing.
spoiled
Yeah.
you.
It
Right.
It really did spoil us. It's
Yeah,
like,
I got here and I'm like, okay, I haven't got a fishing in a few years now.
And they're all this big instead of
I
this
know, the
big.
trout.
Yeah.
We're like, who's trout fishing? I don't know. Actually, I went on a ladies steelhead competition
Yes.
fishing trip last week, and we did not catch a single steelhead, and it was such a
Sounded
bummer.
like
And
it
some of the
was
ladies
fun,
were
though.
reeling in these trout, and I'm like, okay, that does not interest me. They were nice size too. I'm like, I want a steelhead. Darn it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what kind of fishing did you do in Alaska? Salmon mostly? Or
Yeah, mostly
halibut,
salmon.
or-
We went to the Kenai Peninsula
Uh-huh.
one time and we went halibut fishing, and it was
Yeah,
fun
out-
for
out of
me.
home.
You got the biggest one.
yeah. It took us 4 hours on the boat to get out to the spot that they wanted us to
way out.
fish.
Wow.
Yeah.
And finally they put our poles in the water and mine just started going and so then I was only 10 years old. So, yeah, I was 10 or little
maybe 11,
older.
12, yeah.
and I started taking the pole and just ranking it up oh, this is big. I'm like, Dad, my arm's getting tired. And I finally got to the top and it was a 101 pound halibut.
They
Wow.
called it a shooter.
Whoa.
It's a shooter.
Yeah.
So they did.
Yeah,
They
shoot
shoot.
it
They
first,
shoot
exactly.
it. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
they
otherwise
beat-
they can't get it
Right.
into the
Yeah.
boat.
Exactly. My uncle lives in Kenai, and sold out in that area there. So I've been up there multiple times with him and fishing. But that's exactly right. They shoot them, and then they keep them over the side, because if you bring these things in while they're flopping and kicking, that
could
big
kill you.
actually hurt you. I mean, it teared the whole boat
That had
apart.
to have weighed more than you by far.
Yeah.
Especially back then.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We should try to get a picture of that fish for you guys.
Yeah,
big
super
as a
cool.
tabletop, probably.
It was, my dad was struggling holding it up, but when it was almost as tall as him.
Wow. It was taller than you.
Yeah.
Well, yes,
Crazy.
Mom.
Yeah.
You were little.
Well, but yeah, we hit some great salmon runs up there.
I'm sure.
And we were diehards for sure. I mean, we had to learn our way about the area. We did not have anybody mentoring us up there, so we had to figure everything out on our own.
In what town?
We were in Fairbanks,
Okay.
but there's not a lot of, salmon fishing in Fairbanks.
Right, yeah.
So we would head south, and we just figured out where the runs were and did a lot of bank fishing. And Butch got into float hunting up there, so he did a lot of float hunting.
remember
and we did not do the float hunting with him. However, now I regret a little.
Yeah.
It's our
but
friends.
You get out there and you got to deal with the bears and everything else. And
Yeah. I made him buy us a camper because he was trying to talk me into doing the tent thing in Alaska. And I'm like, really? Because I would think of anywhere we would want a camper in Alaska just because of the bugs, the weather,
Yes.
and the danger of the wildlife. And so here we are just living, for about a month, and on the front page of the newspaper just down the road, a bear attacks a tent.
right.
Which is a good story about the fact that, I was ruined. I had to go buy a camper.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm with you.
I've
I can do
packed
just
into-
about anything, but
Yeah.
Up in Wyoming, we pack in with the horses and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And grizzly
fun.
bears are thick in
I
this
don't
one
like
area
it.
we go to. It's like every night they go by the camp.
Oh,
and
my
the
gosh.
mules and the horses are blowing and snorting, and Candy's not sleeping.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
She
sleep
is a
the whole
nervous
week.
wreck. And
I wouldn't have either.
She got a little testy.
Oh,
amazing.
she did? Well, we
Yeah.
do when we don't get sleep and we're scared.
and you're hunting all day.
Like,
Yeah.
She says, if we're going back to that spot, you're going alone.
Oh.
Okay. So I guess
That's
she
funny.
put me
Oh,
on a bear and
gosh.
she put me on a rattlesnake.
Oh.
And
Pretty
everybody-
smart, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of pictographs and rattlesnakes,
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
when we were hiking back up the mountain from the little valley that we had found all the pictographs in, I heard a little rattle, saw a snake, and then the next thing I know, my mom has never run faster up a hill in her life.
I know. I was like,
She's like, oh.
yeah, they make fun of me.
She's just like me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to stand around and see if it's going to bite me.
The hill was so steep, I was actually grabbing like the grass in front of me to try and get up this little part of it.
Yeah.
And I almost grabbed the snake's little.
Yeah, he just gave her a little warning. Just get away. And
Wow.
I heard it. I'm like,
I saw its head
You
too.
just left your daughter there to be ate by a snake?
I was like, run!
You're on your own.
Run for your life!
Throw her to the wall.
She's tough. I knew she'd handle her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she could handle it.
Pretty fast, too, I have a feeling.
Yeah,
so,
she's pretty fast.
Yeah, last summer we took Adam and Brenda Weatherby on a sheep hunt, and so we're out there glassing one time before the season opens, and well, that's a weird story. But so it's 100 and some degrees. It's super hot, and we got to drive out across the desert. So I leave. We said, let's just wear our shorts. When we get there, we'll put our
Pants
Kryptek
and boots
pants
on.
Oh.
and our boots and everything. Well, I left mine at the camp. We get all the way out there, and it's like I still have shorts and flip flops. She goes, well, you're not climbing the top of that hill. I said, oh, yes, I am. I came this far. I'm going. She goes, there's going to be a rattlesnake.
Right at the
And I said,
top.
Oh.
In them rocks.
So we get up top.
And there was.
Oh, yeah. But I didn't. It's no big deal. But she is freaked out.
No,
The
I freaked
snake's
out because he's
buzzing.
just standing there.
I was
Either
standing
kill
on
it or
her-
leave.
The snake was under my rock, and if I stood on a rock and I wiggled it, he would buzz, and then I knew I was safe because he can't bite through the rock. She
Right.
thought that was
Well,
really
but they can
stupid.
climb out. And
And
he
she-
wanted me to sit on a rock right next to it
No,
in
it
glass,
was-
and I says, I ain't.
She finally got mad, and she
I
says,
left
if
him.
you do not leave right now, you're on your own. And she went stomping away. Like, okay, I guess I'm leaving.
So let me get this straight. You guys don't always get along.
No.
Trust me, it's normal. Normal life. It's like everybody else, right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Keeps it interesting.
But happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
That's what they say anyway.
the
I don't know. Yeah.
So you not into snakes then, or you stay there and kill it?
No, just watch my mom.
He
Ran
laughed at
up
me.
the hill,
A
laughed.
snake can only strike about a third of its length of its body, they say. Something like that.
Yeah, well, I don't
Candy's
trust that.
pretty sure they can strike like 12 feet beyond the end of their
I'm
beak.
sure of that. I've lived around a lot of snakes. I know what
Yeah.
they do.
Well, our childhood dog actually got bit by one and died on the hill, so
Oh.
that's
Well,
pretty
you know,
serious. Yeah.
Brenda and Adam's dog got bit on this
Oh,
one.
that's right.
Yeah,
They
we
come up
rushed it
and
I
to
didn't
the
remember
vet.
seeing
They
that.
took off and headed
Gosh.
for
It
Lakeview.
was
Well,
scary.
they
'cause
have-
it was an
Did
hour
anti-venom
drive.
and-
That is scary. And
yeah.
they have
Yeah.
that anti-venom shot. And
Yeah, to
It worked.
prevent
if
it.
you're going to be taking them out there, probably should get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get them the
'Cause he got
vaccination.
bit right in camp.
But they took him
Oh,
in and got
wow.
him. He got
Yeah,
antivenom. He was fine, but
Huh.
it was
Yeah.
scary.
it was.
So,
That would have been sad. Glad they
yeah,
did not lose him.
I know.
Jeez.
They might have shot me.
So one more question. So you've just told us all this stuff going on, everything you do with Kryptek, all the hunting, all the activities with the kids, but you work full time as well on the side.
Yeah, I do. I sell real estate. I've been selling for about 11 years, and it's not something I need to give up or feel like I have to. So I enjoy getting out there with clients and
Do your thing.
looking at houses and listing houses. So yeah, I do sell some real estate there in Eagle, Idaho and southern Idaho.
Pretty
And with
good.
all the schooling you're taking, you guys just go 24/7.
Yeah.
You
Pretty
do
much, huh?
sports or just
No, I had played volleyball for like 4 or 5 years, club and school ball.
oh boy.
And this year I decided, after last year I was a little stressed out, and this year I was taking 6 college classes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
probably-
lot.
So I decided to not play volleyball this year,
And your sister, she's still going full
Yeah.
speed too.
playing volleyball.
Playing
Yeah,
volleyball,
sister kind
rodeo
of
queen.
moved into McKenna's shoes, and she's now playing club volleyball, and then school ball. So it's truly a year-round commitment.
Oh yeah, it
It
is.
is.
So they might have a month off in the summer when they're not
No,
doing
it's
a camp.
It's a month off in October or November
Yeah,
when school ball ends, and then but throughout the summer you have to still go to school
open
Um,
gyms and
Yeah.
practices.
yeah,
and
it's busy.
And then October,
Conditioning.
November is hunting season, so you don't have any time off.
yeah.
I know. Although it seems like of late that we are hunting at different times all year.
Right.
You know,
Right.
really
Different-
does.
at
But
different places, yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
with your business because hunting
Yeah.
season is your busy season.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, outside of that, we've got horses, so we're busy showing. I also going to start showing my reining mare this year.
Awesome.
And kind of show alongside of Kylie, and she's got a current Meridian Lions Rodeo Queen title as well. So we're busy,
that's
very
really
busy
busy.
with the horse thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Going to parades and rodeos
All
and
over.
all that. So
Got to make it all.
we've got a lot of different roles and shoes to fill, and it's fun. I mean, it's a great life.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
So-
Yeah.
And McKenna, you gonna get out and go hang out with your dad this fall hunting, then, or you gonna?
I don't know what he has planned, but he probably has something planned
Up
up
your
his
sleeve.
sleeve.
He did want her to go on a bear hunt
Uh-huh.
this spring. She's still thinking about it.
Yeah.
There you
But
go.
even if you don't want to hunt
Yeah.
yourself, just go have fun.
Yeah.
Do the
Yeah.
adventure thing. That's all right. See,
Mhm.
I'm over here in this canyon looking for something. That's just
Yeah.
it. It's just
Dinosaur bones.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's down in where her dad lives.
Yeah,
There's
there's
dinosaur
lots of
bones.
those.
We find them all the time
It's
down there.
really cool.
But
Take
yeah,
me.
Take you.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
ready.
There's actually petroglyphs all over down there, dinosaur
Yeah.
bones.
So
and
beautiful.
her dad's, like you talk about archaeology, he knows every rock and he's an amazing, way smarter than I am, but,
Mhm.
and witty. He's a fun guy, but yeah, their family was uranium miners and stuff, so there's all kinds of old
Oh, wow.
mines and stuff and gold
Old gold
mines,
mines.
and it's a cool.
Tons
a lot
of history.
A lot of history.
That's
back there.
fun.
Whenever
Yeah.
I see an old gold mine shaft, I try and go in it, even though I know I
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
So,
They're pretty dangerous.
It can be,
Yeah.
but yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of fun. But that's just the key, that's why we're interviewing
Mhm.
you guys. Want to hear the other side of life, and
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know, and we love to see the ladies and the young people get into the outdoors, whether they want to hunt or not hunt. That don't mean anything. It means just getting out and enjoy the outdoors.
Yeah.
Be part of it.
Mhm.
That's-
Absolutely.
Kryptek's been with us for the ladies hunting camp.
Yeah.
from
ladies
day one
camp.
as well.
That's what we got to do is get you guys down to the ladies hunting camp.
That's such
because
a
it's
hoot.
Yeah.
not it's not like you just
Yeah.
got to go there to hunt. We're going there. You guys go
Yeah.
there to have fun. Now, and I'll tell
Absolutely.
you,
Yep.
It's
if
really
you
fun.
talk to any of these ladies, they have too much fun. That's
There's no such thing as too much fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it sounds like a blast. And last year we had every intention to come, and then it kind of interfered with our
Right.
South Africa trip.
Right.
So
It was, I think, the exact
yeah,
same time.
so we weren't able to make it out. But yeah, are you filling up fast? It sounds like.
It's filling up very fast.
Yeah.
It's going crazy.
I don't
That's
know what we're
wonderful.
gonna
Well, it's a
do.
great thing you guys do. So
Save
thank
me
you.
a spot, and I won't be there. I'll just be out somewhere looking for
Okay.
artifacts.
Well, you're welcome
We'll save
to
you a
come
spot
anytime.
anytime.
And we would love to have you. So we're going to have at least one in Oregon and one in Utah. But this at this point, we don't know. There's so many ladies. We may have to have 2 in Oregon. I don't know.
Yeah.
play
We've
it
got
by
enough
ear.
for 4 camps right now.
Wow. Great.
But
That's wonderful.
it's wonderful, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it. I still got to make a living on the side.
Oh yeah.
You know, I build a home for a living, and she
Yeah.
does realty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real
Yep.
estate, so yep.
And we got my daughters and grandchildren, and so we're busy too. Everybody's
Yeah.
got some million things going, seems like.
Yeah.
That's good. That's what keeps us going, right?
Yeah. That's what makes life exciting.
Yes.
Don't want to sit around, and got to get out for
That's
sure.
it.
Get outside and enjoy the great outdoors.
So
Enjoy
you
your family in the great outdoors.
That's right. That's right. You gonna start doing all the shows for your dad? Be the
Maybe.
sales rep. There you
Yeah.
go.
Well, if I am graduated by next year by this time, then I'll be able to go to the shows.
So then your dad will just stand around and keep all the boys back.
Yeah, right.
He does.
He's gonna
He does that
open it.
anyway.
That's right. He'll be somebody get knocked in the head. It'll-
Yeah, yeah. That's funny.
but
Yeah.
Well, I
Well-
hope so. I hope you're going to be at them.
Yeah, so do I.
then you'll see us.
This time I won't pack anything but flat shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's a hard lesson to learn there. That
My mom
concrete
didn't
kills.
warn me on that one.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
tough.
This
Sorry.
concrete's hard. I'm not a concrete guy. But well, thank you guys so much
Yeah.
for
Yes.
sitting down with us, and I'm
We
glad you
appreciate it.
visited with us a little
That's
bit.
fun.
We will say goodbye and
We'll do another one again another day.
yeah,
All
we'll
right.
get your sister and your dad. And just have a
That'd be
regular
fun.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be a little more interesting.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Don't slap
turkey.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot.
All right.
Hope you enjoyed this week's podcast, and remember, it's not always perfect, but it is always real with Extreme Desire. Please always remember we cannot continue without social media these days. Once again, we ask that you like us, Randy and Candy Yao's Extreme Desire, on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please check out our website, extremedesiretv.com. See you next week, same place, same time.